Today is part 2 of our communication skills chat with Heidi Mollentze, and today we're talking about verbal communication here on Greatness Coaching and Therapy with the lovely Heidi M. And here she is now. Hello, Heidi. How are you?
I am very well, thanks, Ian, for that lovely introduction. How are you?
I'm also great, thank you so much. Today we will be verbally communicating about verbal communication. How do you like that?
Exactly, it's verbal. Yes, Ian, this is my thing, right? With an acting career and a voice a career of 27 years. For all my sins, I know about verbal communication skills.
Yeah, exactly. You sure do.
Listen, Ian, the first thing I've got here on my little list is tone. You need to watch your tone. Everybody needs to watch their tone. You cannot be monotone because then you're going to be very boring.
Oh, yes.
And also, yes, who remembers the odd varsity professor, right?
Oh.
That drone. You just want to drift off and sleep.
Yeah.
The opposite side of the coin is people who really go strangely up and down with all the tones. No, it's also not necessary to go to that far to the other side, right? So try and keep a happy medium. You need to think what you are saying while you are saying it, and I'm going to say that umpteenth times, I think, in this conversation that we're having. So if you think what you're saying, see the pictures in your head, right? We also spoke about the pictures in the head last week. But if you see the pictures in your head, you're going to get the meaning of what you're saying, and then the tone will be correct. The other one, other element that is very important is the emphasis. So that it really helps to think what you are saying. Emphasis can really change a lot. So if I say I am emphasizing words, and if I say I am emphasizing words, and if I say I'm emphasizing words. So you see, it changes the meaning of that sentence.
Yeah.
All the time I'm using the same words. So you need to think, what am I really trying to say here? It sounds like a really tall order, and it might be difficult for people who are not used to thinking what they are saying, but with a little bit of practice, I promise you 2-3 days, and it will be part of who you are. It won't just be what you do. It will become who you are, and it makes for such beautiful connections. It really helps to foster excellent relationships. Now, the other element is pitch. Oh my goodness, Ian, I'm sure you've heard some people have a really, really annoying pitch, right? So, please try and curb that pitch. Do a few exercises. I mean, YouTube is full of it.
What?
Some exercises to just get a lower pitch in the voice, just to go down a few notes, because a high-pitched voice harping on that same chord is really distracting, and then people are not listening to what you are saying.
But Heidi,
right.
I don't know somebody with a voice like that, eh? Do you know somebody with a voice like that? Unless they used helium.
Oh, I do, Ian.
Oh, no.
Oh, I do. And it's shrill and usually sharp. Yes, it just hits that note, I'm telling you. Look, I'm an actress. I may have overdid it just a little bit, but you know what I mean.
No, I know what you
I'm
mean.
Driving home the point, right?
Yes.
Now, the next one, inflection. What does inflection mean? Inflection is the up or the down of the voice. Now, I don't know if you've heard Australians speak, but they always sound like they're asking questions because it always goes up at the end of the sentence or the end of the phrase. Be careful of that, because if the voice goes up, it usually signifies a question. So, pardon me, if you have that upward inflection in your normal everyday speech a lot, it makes you sound very uncertain of yourself. So be careful of that upward inflection. And then tempo. Some people speak really, really fast and then you can't follow what they're saying, right?
Yeah.
And other people are very slow. Right. So try and get a happy medium there. All right. Especially when we get nervous, then we tend to speak really fast.
Yeah.
And we run out of breath, and then you just come across as nervous, and that's just not working for everybody. Right. Now, the final thing with the verbal communication is, apart from me just wanting to say, you always have to think what you are saying while you are saying it, is your vocabulary. You cannot be interesting, have interesting conversations, and be interested if you don't have a decent vocabulary. And the way to expand your vocabulary is to read. And people don't read anymore. Yeah. So it's highly concerning. Read or listen to talk radio, listen to eRadio, listen to actuality shows on television or the news. That should help you. But the main thing you should do is read. Even if you just read an interesting blog, or you have a podcast where you can learn an intelligent podcast where you can learn new words. Like, I mean, in this podcast, people are going to learn about tone and pitch and inflection and how to expand their vocabulary. So let's just call ourselves edutainment. There we go. And like that is verbal communication skills.
Fantastic. What a professional. I appreciate that so much, Heidi. Yes, I just want to also add to what you just said about vocabularies. You know, a lot of guys my age, I don't know, sometimes they're in the Gauteng region, end their sentences with brew. And and they use very basic words, you know. So I think if they start reading, I mean, they shouldn't talk like professors, but I think if they just start reading a bit more and not just watch videos, you know, I think it will really make a difference to what they're saying, because brew after every single sentence you're saying, that really gets to me. Yeah.
It really gets to me as well, especially if they're speaking to me. I'm not a brew. You know, like, how's it, man? How's it?
Yeah.
No,
South African thing.
Don't call me man. Exactly. And now is also very South African.
It is.
But it's true what you say, you know, Ian. It's going to help for them to read. It's going to help the vocabulary, of course. But not just that. It's going to be far more interesting to listen to these people. They're actually going to grab your attention. Yeah. Because at the way that you described it, I mean, it's just annoying. I don't want to listen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is... It goes right back to the mindset. So if I'm a little more interesting to listen to, then you receive me differently, and then you give me back different energy than that annoyance we just spoke about. And that makes me feel good about myself, and that makes me think more and want to expand more and give you more, and then we have connection. You see how this thing rolls. It feeds right back into itself all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Just one more, Heidi, that I was thinking about just now while we're busy talking, is using a negative, like the word sick in a sentence. So you would say, oh man, that's a sick tune. And what you're trying to say is it's a really good a good tune. It's really good. It's awesome. But you're saying sick, or sick workout, brew. You know, sick, that's a negative. Or saying, I hope you're being spoiled rotten. I don't like the word rotten in that sentence because it's a negative. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
It is a little weird, but we also have to pick our battles, Eon. I mean, as much as I also dislike that word sick, sick, man.
Sick,
how was your gig last night? It was sick, bro. It was sick, dude. No, it. So some of it we secretly have to hate, but it doesn't mean that I have to conform, and I will not use it myself. I will not.
No, please don't.
I'm going to save myself.
Yeah. Oh, that was so interesting today. As always, thank you so much to you, Heidi. And then next week in part 3, this is going to be interesting. So today we did verbal communication, and then next week non-verbal communication. I'm very curious. So I'll wait for a week.
Perfect. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't wait to talk to you. Thank you so much, Eon. And if people are looking for me, they can find me on Facebook at Heidi M Wellness. I look forward to connecting with our listeners.
You're a star, Heidi. Thanks so much.
Cheers.